Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming to another video. Alright, so this is a very important game tomorrow. Game 4 between ourselves, the Lakers, and the Golden State Warriors. Now, the reason why I'm approaching the game in this way is because I'm thinking about how my day is going to be tomorrow, and I'm not sure what time I'm going to be able to drop the video. That's going to be a prelude to the game that I always do. So, I just want to make sure I come in here and address everybody, just let you guys know that I'm very much interested in giving you that content tomorrow, but it'll probably come a little later than what we usually expect, probably after 11 o'clock or something like that. So I'm not really sure, but for the time being, we do want to talk a little bit about the game now. So basically, all in all, I think if you guys have been following me, everything that needs to be said in regards to what we expect from the X's and O's and all of those different things, all of that's been said. We're just awaiting what our team is going to do in regards to taking what they've learned through 3 games and bringing it all to a point, I guess you could say. I don't know how many more different adjustments the Golden State Warriors are going to throw at us, but I'd imagine there's going to be more. They're a resilient bunch, but they are frustrated. So we got to understand that anything is possible at this point. Expect for Klay Thompson to shoot better. Expect for Wiggins to have a bigger role. Expect for GP2 to continue to be aggressive. They'll probably lean on him a bit more. Expect for Looney to get back out there and have more minutes once again, because I don't think the Green experiment is really working out for them. The Jermichael Green, that is. Expect Draymond Green to be more aggressive. All of these different things kind of go without saying. We're going up against the champs who are trying their very best to get the split on the road after allowing the split at home. They don't want to go down 3-1, and they probably feel real good about their chances winning 2 out of 3 at home. So we got to do what we got to do, man. At the end of the day, if it means keeping more size on the floor, we got to do that. If it means playing guys more minutes, we got to do that. If it means certain guys not playing as much, whatever the case, we're so close to finishing them off. But we also know how quickly this series can turn if we don't keep our foot on the gas. So urgency is everything, effort is everything else, and we need to make dang sure that we provide both. So that's really where my head is. I really am excited about where we're at. I think our team is in a more than advantageous position in regards to what we are trying to accomplish in the Western Conference, especially given the fact that the Phoenix Suns tied the series up, so that means that will extend. No extra rest will be given to either one of those teams while we do what we got to do. So that is the best possible outcome for both of these teams, of course. And we just want to continue to try to put a stranglehold on this thing and end it sooner than later. If we can get that 3-1 lead, that would make us feel great about what the prospects are in regards to us being able to finish this series off early and capturing that rest that we need. And of course, I said earlier, but I'll say it in this video, if for some reason Denver wins that series and we win ours, we need to get up to Denver, let our bodies adjust to that altitude. I don't think the team should really hang around LA or nothing like that. The sooner we get up there, get used to the body, the altitude that the body's, obviously going to have to react to, the better that I think our team will react to that altitude when this game starts. It's just a little nugget that I have swirling around in my head, that the lack of rest coupled with altitude is going to make for a really tough series against Denver. So to combat that, my mindset is get to Denver as soon as the series ends, as soon as possible, and then just spend as much time up there as necessary, since we're going to have 2 games back to back to start the series up there. So that's the urgency of that mindset. If obviously the series started in LA, that wouldn't be the case. But knowing that game 1 and 2 would be in Denver, I would want to be in Denver in that altitude, dealing with that, jogging in that, sleeping in that, whatever the heck I got to do to get my body right for that, so that when game 1 and 2 goes down, my body's already ready for that. So that would be the ideal for the Lakers, but obviously I don't know if that would be possible given the fact that Phoenix might actually win the series, so it really don't matter. I did pick Phoenix to win that series in 7, so the fact that they tied the series up after winning 2 games at home, after losing 2 games on the road and then proceeding to win the 2 at home, it's not surprising to me. What is surprising to me is how well they're able to manage not having as much production from their bench. But the reason why I picked the Suns to win the series is because the Denver Nuggets bench is just as bad as Phoenix Suns bench. It really is. I think most people have the idea that the Denver Nuggets are a better team than they are because of how well they've performed. But I just think that Jokic and their stars have been able to mask the fact that they just don't have a whole lot there. And when you go up against another team that doesn't have a whole lot, you see exactly what's there or lack thereof. So I don't fear either one of those teams as a deep team. You know, as a Los Angeles Laker fan, I don't really think that you can take those teams lightly or anything. You got to respect their stars. You got to respect what they bring to the table. And if you don't show up and do everything you're supposed to do, obviously you can get whooped by either one of those teams. But in my mind, the toughest Western Conference opponent we're going to have to see is the one in front of us right now. Quite honestly. The Golden State Warriors should, in theory, just give us a tougher time. So we got to take that as a strong test. And with that being said, understand what it's going to take to get out of this series. Just because you got a 2-1 lead does not mean you should be comfortable or feel like you have an advantage that you can just step over and provide a moderate amount of effort and be successful. You're going up against a team with a lot of desperation, and they have a lot of opponents behind them that they've defeated. So we got to, I like to use the word fear, but we got to have a healthy respect for what it is that they're doing. Healthy respect for what it is that they're capable of doing, and a healthy respect that you ain't seen that yet. And to still expect their best comes next. So I think Game 4 is going to bring in urgency and a particular type of desperation from this team that I don't think we've maybe seen, maybe ever. Obviously, they've been in a lot of wars that national television has been a part of, so it's not a secret to see what the Golden State Warriors accomplish. But I just don't know how many times they've gone up against a team that they're this disadvantaged against. And with the circumstances being as they are, with them desperately not wanting to go down 3-1 because of it, on top of the lack of rest that this series provides with its schedule as it is, I just think that you could see some really hellacious effort tomorrow from both basketball teams. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. I really think you're going to see some spectacular performances because guys don't want to play too much, and that's exactly what happens if either of these teams lose. So, yeah, Golden State's obviously trying to extend the series, but even so, I'm sure they would rather not play more than 6 if they can help it. So they want to win out, no question about it, and we have to win out just the same. So for me as a Laker fan, the urgency is for us to pretend like our backs are against the wall. We don't want to lose no games against this team. We don't want to be in any type of situation where they get to play extra ball against us or nothing. We just want to get over to Denver as soon as possible, or to Phoenix as soon as possible, and begin that next process. But we can't do that until we finish these guys off, and we're only halfway through. So the uphill battle is there. Our dreams are in our eyesight, I guess you can say. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel in regards to the championship, the possibility of such, and how close we actually are at this point to it. And so I think that should be something that guys think about when they're preparing for this basketball game tomorrow. When you're considering how much effort you want to give, how tired you are, how this hurts or that may be a little exhausted or what have you. Just understand that the effort necessary will provide you the memories that you'll be proud of, not anything otherwise. And so that's what I want to say. Leave it all out there. We're rooting for you. I think the crowd will be packed, and that's another thing. So a lot of people are a little perturbed with the LA Laker fans for not really being as loud in Game 3. But for me, I just thought that wasn't real, because at the end of the day, it was so much garbage time. You know what I mean? And that has a lot to do with how intent the fans are going to be into the game. But I thought it was a very exciting game. I thought our fans showed up. I didn't get that vibe from our fans, but I grew up in this environment, so I'm used to us not being as loud as, say, a college crowd or a Sacramento or something like that. It's just not who we are. But you can see how intent these fans are when you see us on our channels, our various things, and how our fan base ultimately shows up. It's massive. We're the biggest fan base in the world, and we represent a lot more than what you see at Staples Center, obviously. So you just take that with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, we need to pack that house up, just like we did in Game 6 of the Grizzlies series. We need to do that in Game 4 of this one. And that's all there is to it. I know the stars will be out, but we need to also be represented in the spirit of what it is that we're doing from the common folks too. We just need to make sure the Laker Nation as well heard. We know that the Golden State Warriors are also going to be represented. That's another reason why I think the crowd was kind of iffy in that game, because half of them were Warrior fans who had made the travel down the freeway. So it is what it is, man. The team is very close by, and it's not hard for them to travel at all. And they got a large fan base, of course, because they've been winning a lot. So we're up against it, but they are up against it as well. So we need to just bring what we need to bring our hard hats and our heart with us, and I think we'll be fine. So I've been listening to what Darvin has been saying. I like what I'm hearing from him. The urgency is there. He's helping our guys understand in game just what it is that they need to be doing in regards to the boxing out and getting back on defense and just taking all the principles necessary seriously, so that we can get this thing done. And I think he's a really good motivational speaker. He always makes sure that guys have their head on straight. Every time you get a chance to hear him in the locker room or in the huddle, he's always saying the right thing. So that's one thing you can definitely appreciate about our coach. He keeps our guys engaged, and I think that's a very serious attribute. So as the wins continue to pile on, we have less and less to complain about in regards to Darvin Ham, and we're excited about that, especially given the fact that he is a rookie coach, and we're always hopeful for a learning curve or massive jump in progression or something of that nature. So we're hopeful that he continues to learn on the fly and does well in that process. And we encourage him to continue to use the players that he's been using as of late, because they've obviously been proving us right. Those of us who've been asking him to use those guys, they've been playing well with the minutes given. So I think he should look to continue to empower those guys in whatever way is possible, and just keep that confidence. They're not going to ruin it for you. You know what I mean? This team is put together in the right way and with the right stuff. So I don't believe that you're going to find too many rotation options that won't be positive for us. So that's what I love about our roster. And yet Darvin sometimes tends to find the ones that are, but nevertheless, we just want him to, do what works and also remain unpredictable. That's what he's doing. He's remaining unpredictable. Some of the stuff he does, you think he's going to throw out there and do something bad, and next thing you know, he's made the adjustment to fix it. If we can't figure out what he's going to do next, and that means the other coach probably can't either, and that's something that definitely works in our advantage. So, yeah, I wanted to give him some flowers, since I've been, heaping a lot of negative energy on him in regards to how he's been coaching this season, and been frustrated with how the team has, done certain things or what have you. But if you look at where we're at, we're definitely happy to still be kicking. There's a lot of teams that wish they were where we are, so we don't take that for granted in any way, shape, or form. He deserves a lot of credit for that. And of course, our players and our GM as well, and everybody that has anything to do with the franchise, ultimately has turned this thing around this season, and it's a big deal. Hopefully we can cap it off with the championship. And that's what we're dreaming about. That's what we're talking about. That's what this has all been about. Every night we talk about this team. Every day we make content for this team. And it's not in vain. We really genuinely believe that this is a roster that can compete for the highest thing. And so it's not in vain. I don't regret a single video, not a single sentence. I just think that the team has done the right things in regards to what I want to see it do. And that makes it even more so worth it when you see that the stuff that you suggest is somehow, some way manifesting into what you're seeing on the floor. And so that was what I hoped for when I started this channel. And I can't say I've been disappointed in any way in regards to how the team is done. So here we are in the second round with 2 games in our belt. 2 more to go, and we can get to the third. and a lot of confidence. That our team is better than a lot of the teams that we're going to see, if not all of them. So we just got to get past the champs, and that is not minor. So let's just do what we got to do. Turn defense into offense. Hit our free throws. Um, we can't control whether or not the shots will fall or not, but if we take good ones and stay in the rhythm and play together, obviously we increase our chances of feeling good about what we're doing and ultimately having good rhythm out there. So that's what it's about, man. It's playoff time. The urgency is now. We got to win. Every game is a must win now. I mean, ain't nothing to talk about. If you want a championship, you must do what it takes to win it. So that's what I'm tasking AD and Bron and Austin and D'Lo and Vando and all these guys, DS. We got to get out here and do it. Rui, our whole team needs to be on a string. New guys and the guys who've been here all season. If you want to earn the championship, now is the time to get some rest. Now is the time to be ready for the long haul of not only this series, but anything possible afterward. So that's what I got to say, man. Take care of your bodies, fellas. Everybody who follows me, I appreciate you guys continuing to support the channel. And that's really my video for tonight. I didn't want to make nothing too long. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of what's on my mind in regards to Game 4. And I think Game 4 is going to ultimately give us a lot to remember one way or another. So hopefully we're on the right side of it. And that is pretty much what I have to say. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.